welcome to Fall Asleep Fast. This class is going to get you so ready for bed that I would suggest to actually practice this in your bed. You will need a pillow or a bolster, a strap or a scarf, and that's it. So when you're ready, you can find yourself on your seat. You can cross your legs, you can sit on your heels, whatever you like. We're going to turn the palms to face up, resting the backs of the hands just lightly on the thighs. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears. Hold them up for an inhale. And then as you exhale, let them drop down. Again, inhaling the shoulders up towards the ears. You can exhale through the mouth if you like, letting them drop down. One more time, inhale them up. And exhale, drop them down. Now slide your shoulder blades just a little closer together, encouraging some spaciousness for the front of the heart. And align your shoulders right over your hips so you feel just a tiny bit of activation in your core. And then go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to visualize and feel all tension that manifests in your body as physical discomfort or pain. Imagine all of these physical tensions could be rolled up into a tight little ball. You might be visualizing the ball as a certain color or a certain type of ball that you're familiar with. I want you to visualize that ball just resting in the palm of your right hand. So taking it out of you and placing it just off of you, hovering over that right hand. And then begin to visualize any emotional, mental challenges, frustrations, stresses, difficult emotions. And visualize them also as a ball. It might be a similar looking ball, it might be a completely different ball. Again, visualize this ball resting now in your left hand, just hovering. And with this visualization, it's symbolizing that our tension, our stresses, our worries and concerns, our physical ailments and limitations, they don't define who we are. So on an inhale breath, I'd like you to reach your arms up into the air, but imagine that you're holding onto these balls. So as your hands reach up, your palms are facing towards the sky and the fingers are spread out wide, opening up through the chest just a little bit more, spreading your fingers. And then as you exhale, just turn your palms down. Visualize the balls that were resting in your hands, flopping down to the ground and then bouncing off and away from you. Now slowly let your fingers reach down towards the floor, letting the fingertips just touch the bed that you're on or the floor that you're sitting on. Really feeling the sensation of groundedness through the parts of your body that are touching the earth. And just for these next moments in your practice, can you let the physical tensions, the emotional tensions be a little bit faded, so not so present. Just kind of there but off into the distance. If your mind starts to travel back towards those manifestations of tension, stress, I'd like you to come back to your breath. So on an inhale, start to sweep your left arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, take a stretch over towards the right. Get to know your breath here. Inhale, bring yourself back to center. The left hand will find the ground. Reaching the right arm up, and then as you exhale, side bend over. Marry your breath to your movement. Inhale, center. Exhale, side stretch. Sensation all the way from the hip to the fingertips. Inhale, center. Exhale, side stretch. Let's go one more time each way. Fluid, slow. And once that's complete, you come back to center, reach the arms towards the sky, bring the palms to touch. As you exhale, slide your hands down through heart center. If you've been in a cross-legged position, I suggest to just switch the cross. If you're sitting on your heels, you can stay as you are. Allow your hands to find the caps of your knees, and as you inhale, begin to slide your heart forward, roll your shoulders back, and lift your gaze. As you exhale, curl the tailbone under, round your back, let your gaze drop down. As you inhale, roll it forward one vertebrae at a time, opening up through the front of the body. Exhale, breath, letting your spine really find as much space in between each vertebrae as possible. And then one more time, your own pace, your own rhythm. On your next inhale, find yourself into a neutral position, and just take your left hand over to your right knee and your right fingertips to the floor behind you. Lengthen your spine by elevating your ribs away from your hips and feeling your head floating upwards. As you breathe in, really root down through the parts of your body that are in contact with the ground. And as you exhale, perhaps twist just a little bit more, starting to look back behind you. As you breathe in, slowly unwind. Right hand will find left knee, left fingertips to the earth behind you. Sit nice and tall, breathing all the way in. Exhaling to find your twist, maybe moving just a little bit more. Feeling this revolution of the spine. The sensation of lift through the chest. Maybe looking back behind you if that feels agreeable for your neck. On your next inhale, slowly unwind, bring yourself back to center, and then locate your bolster or your pillow or your stack of pillows, whatever it is that you're using for our practice. And begin to extend your legs out in front of you. Just give them a little bit of movement to start, so wiggling out the legs, the ankles, the knees. I find if I don't do a little bit of movement, a little bit of shaking or vibrating through my legs before I go to sleep, they are very restless. So just give them a little bit of movement. And then take a bend in your right knee, allowing the sole of the foot to come in contact with the left thigh. If you have another blanket or a pillow handy, you could stack it underneath your right knee for a little bit of additional support, and also roll up a blanket underneath your left knee if you like. You'll find your support and just slide over top of your left leg, situating yourself so you're sitting nice and tall to begin. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, reach your chest forward and drape yourself over top of your pillow, your bolster, and begin to soften your foot, your leg, your hips, your shoulders. This is going to be our first yin style posture, so we'll be here for a little bit of time. Yin is a very introspective practice, so as you find yourself into these positions and you start to tune into your internal experience, let there be an invitation of curiosity, of compassion. Might even be bathing yourself in gratitude here, just for giving yourself a little bit of time before crawling into bed. Feel into your body, to feel into the sensations that are always present, yet we tend to be very distracted throughout our day. So just getting to know how your body feels in this shape and letting the sensations really marinate all the way down to the bones. You begin to let your body become heavier as you resist gravity, or as we give into gravity. We resist it all day long. So see how soft you can be here. I'll only be here for a couple more breaths, so if it feels right for you, you might enjoy breathing in a little bit deeper. Be sighing out through the mouth. And softly and tenderly begin to press yourself back up to a neutral spine. And same but different. We're just going to take our left leg and open it out so it's moving towards the left side a bit. And then again, you can bring your right heel a little closer in towards your body. You can readjust how you like. And we'll slide our pillow or our blanket, whatever it is that we're using for some support, just underneath or on the inside of the leg rather. Turn towards your left leg, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can begin to drape yourself over the support that you have. A really wonderful thing about yin is that we are looking for our edge wherever it is in this moment. And that's where we kind of want to flirt with the edge. We don't want to stay on the very, beginning tip of it, or we would never, find more flexibility and move past it. But we don't want to shoot so far past our edge that we injure ourselves. And every single day and every single moment, our edge, it could change quite a lot. So this is an opportunity for you to dive deeply into yourself and how you feel and adjust how you need. So if you feel more open today and spacious, you could begin to let yourself drape a little bit closer towards the earth. If you're feeling less open and spacious, maybe supporting yourself so you're a little bit further away from the ground. Just over time, giving into gravity. Being aware that if your mind travels back to the sensations of tension, whether they be manifesting physically, emotionally, mentally, if just for right now, you can let them become a little less noticeable and let your breath become your main focal point. So not to say it's not important to notice those things, but right now, right before bed, this is your time to let that go. And you can deal with it or focus on it in the morning or tomorrow afternoon. We'll be here just a few more breaths. On an inhale breath, slowly start to peel yourself back upright. As you get to center, I'm going to move into a kind of a variation of pigeon. It's called deer pose. So we're going to take our left leg, we're going to internally rotate it. So you might like to just place your hands kind of framing your right knee, and then turn your foot so it's pointing either towards the left or it can be pointing back. Now from here, we're going to swing our ankle a little bit further behind us. So it might be a little bit tricky to see from this view, but holding onto the ankle and then swinging it a little bit further back so there's more space from knee to knee. And then from here we'll be folding forward. So I'm just going to change my orientation if that's a little tricky to see. So similar to maybe this position, whatever works for you. You'll have your bolster or your pillow present. You can readjust your hips however you need. Take a nice deep breath in, open through the front of your heart space. And then as you exhale, you can drape yourself down, maybe staying up on elbows if that feels good for you. Maybe eventually making your way a little further down. Just always ensuring that your breath is able to flow with ease. It's soft and it's fluid. In this position, you might begin to watch your breath as it travels through your body. Your inhale into the nostrils, into the throat, expanding the torso in all directions. And exhaling, just watching the breath as it slowly and gently leaves the body. Every inhalation, I like to remind myself that it's an opportunity for spaciousness. So I like to send that spaciousness into the parts of my body that feel the most significant stretch. So for me, it's my outer left hip, my psoas, so the front of my hip as well. But you might be feeling it somewhere else. So maybe on your inhales, you can glide your breath into the part of your body that needs it the most. And on your exhalation, there's an opportunity to release, to let go. So you might let go of any gripping in your body. So maybe there's some tension in your jaw that you've become aware of. Or maybe you've realized that your mind has attached to a specific thought, a specific story that replays in your head, and it's your time to let that go. Watching the breath come and go. Last few moments here. Enjoy one more full inhalation. Maybe Gently sighing out your exhalation. And very slowly, with as little effort as possible, begin to press yourself up. We'll come into a tabletop position from here. So you could slide whatever it is that you're using just off to the side. Gently bring your knees so they're underneath your hips. And take a couple rounds of very slow cat-cows. So as you breathe in, you begin to soften your belly downwards and you lift the tail and the crown, opening up through the chest. Stay here for the exhale. And then take another inhale. See if you could open through the collarbones just a touch more. And then as you exhale, curl your tailbone under. Begin to round your back, pressing firmly into your hands, pressing into the tops of the feet and the shins. And then stay for another breath in. And another breath out, maybe creating just a little bit more space in between those shoulders. And then we'll flow with our breath between one more each way. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, rounding the back. Good. Inhale, come to neutral, and we'll take those three shapes onto the other side. So as you're ready, find your way back down onto your bottom. Let your legs extend out in front of you. Give them a little shimmy shake, a little wiggle. And then let your right leg open up. Drawing your left heel in. Oh, I lied. Sorry, just kidding. First, you're going to have your legs straight out in front of you. Almost forgot. So left knee is off to the side. Again, you can have something propping it up if you like. Situating your support wherever you like it. Take a deep breath in. Lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, drape yourself down over your support. One side might feel quite different than the other, so be mindful and compassionate and just curious with where your body's at in this moment. If you need more or less support, of course, adjust as necessary. Feel your breath massage your body. This wave-like motion as the breath enters in, ripples down, rolls back out. And each time your mind drifts away and attaches to a thought or a worry or a concern, you can just gently reintroduce the breath to your mind's focal point and see how long you can stay with it until another thought catches your attention, and then do it again. Here for about 3 more breaths. If you like, inhaling deeper, fuller, more expansive. Exhaling to sigh. As you're ready to exit the posture, slowly press yourself up. Feel your way up. And then same but different. Just allow your right leg to open up towards the right. You can slide your left heel closer in if you like. Move your support over to wherever you like it. Situate yourself so you're turning more towards your right knee. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, reach your heart towards your toes and fold down. Allow your skin to relax. Your muscles to come away from the bones, to ungrip, to release. And let your bones be heavy. You could visualize your skeleton here. Just allowing it to completely soften and become passive. Each exhale, letting go of the day, letting go of each situation, conversation, each thing accomplished and each thing not accomplished. Let it go. Letting go of the past and the future. Just for now, just for right here, right now. Let go of the thinking mind. And all of this letting go it's attainable. It is something that we can do if we only give ourselves the opportunity. And here it is. Feel your breath. Just you and your breath, nothing else. And there's no such thing as perfection here. If your mind slips off and it attaches to a thought or a worry or a past or a future, that's okay. Notice and then come back. The sensation of the breath. Just 3 more rounds here in this shape. Leading your way back up slowly, softly, coming back to center. You can maneuver your prop off to the side a bit. Lean a touch to your left. Take your right ankle back, so in an internal rotation, and then sweep it even further back so there's more space between your knees. So just from the side here, giving yourself a little bit more room. And it doesn't have to look exactly like this. It's just what my body looks like when I'm in this shape. Yours will look different because you have a different body than me. So never compare. Just tune into your own experience and adjust however you need. As you're ready, take a big inhale. And as you exhale, slowly soften down. There's a really wise quote that comparison is the thief of joy, and I think our yoga practice is really a helpful tool to help us to realize this and to really honor and respect that all of our bodies are different and they're unique, and taking the entire human race and putting them in a specific yoga shape. Every single body will look different, and that's so beautiful. So just a reminder that whenever your mind goes down that negative path of trying to look a certain way because someone else looks a certain way, it's a dangerous path to be stuck on. So if you can realize that that's a path that those two, you have that realization, then you have the ability to change that. And when you bring your attention to something, that something grows. So whatever you focus on expands. So if you're expanding the perception or the awareness that these thought patterns are happening for you, then that's where you have the responsibility to take it upon yourself to make yourself a happier, healthier person. We're all on this journey together, so let's do the best that we can in each moment. So give yourself complete permission to be in this shape, whatever it looks like for you, to feel the sensations that are present. And if there's pain, then readjust. There's no pain in yoga. Number one rule, in my opinion. There will be sensation, and it might be quite intense or uncomfortable, or even, you might not like it. But never pain. When a thought comes in your mind connects to it, and you get drifted off into some faraway land, notice and come back to the breath. Final few moments here. One more deep breath in. Let it go. Make your way up softly. And gently maneuver into a tabletop position. As you come into your tabletop this time, just let your hips go for a little rock side to side. It doesn't need to look like anything in particular, just letting them go back and forth. And once that feels about enough, that feels satisfying, let your legs extend back. Bring your hips down to the ground, and then just slide your elbows so they're underneath your shoulders. Your palms will be on your bed or the ground. The shoulder heads will be rolling back, so the collarbones are spreading. It's almost like they're smiling. Give your hips a little shake. Just relax any tension that might have climbed into the back, into the hips. This is just a few breath cycles in this position. But if it's feeling like too much and you'd like to decrease the level of back bend, you can just slide your elbows more forward, and that will make the position a little bit less intense. So finding the position that feels right for you in this moment, and it could change each breath. You might be keeping your head in a neutral position, so crown lifting towards the sky, or you could be letting your chin fall in towards the chest. You might even like to find a little bit of movement with the head, just very gentle, conscious movements. We'll be here for one more sweet and full breath in, and a full breath out. We'll be climbing into child's pose from here, so I like to just let my elbows slide away from center, and then let the hands come to the ground or the bed, and just gently press yourself up. Walk the knees in a touch. You can have the knees hip distance apart or wider, your choice. Hips fall back towards the heels. Arms reach forward, or you can make a little pillow for your forehead. Stack your hands one on top of the other and rest your forehead down. Another option for this posture, to get some love for the shoulders, I really like to take my hands towards my toes, so the shoulders get an opportunity to roll forward. And you could be resting your cheek on the ground or bed, or the forehead if you like. And really allow your belly to be full and round as you inhale. Deep belly breaths. Breath ebbing and flowing. Expanding and contracting. And the breath rolls in and it rolls out. A rhythm. So natural. Surrendering all control of the breath. Let the breath breathe you. If your arms are reaching back, slowly reach them forward. Keep your hips where they are. Just take a little stroll with your arms over to the right, lengthening through your left side body. Take a deep inhale into your left lung. Maybe side away. Journey your hands through center and then walk them to the left. Taking an expansive breath into your right side body. Maybe sighing it away. Come back to center. Peel yourself up onto your hands and knees. And then in any which way that makes sense for you, we'll come onto our back. Now, if your bed is right up against a wall, you won't be needing to use the strap or the scarf, whatever you have. You'll just snuggle your hips close towards the wall and elevate your legs. If you do not have a wall near you and you have the strap instead, take a bend of your knees take your strap and put it around your feet. So whether you have, again, a scarf or a real yoga strap, doesn't really matter. You can find something that'll work for you, even a shirt. And just begin to elevate the legs up, holding onto the strap however you like. You could cover yourself up with a blanket, get yourself really cozy. You could throw socks on for this if you wanted to. A really beautiful way to end the day. Legs up the wall or waterfall pose. Giving the feet that work so hard all throughout the day, this little break. And even if you're not on your feet all day, if you've been sitting all day, maybe you've been wearing shoes, your feet have been, suffocating and in these tight things that they probably didn't really like. So allow the feet to yawn and stretch. Let the blood trickle down the legs. You can visualize the blood moving in a downward kind of rhythm or path and making its way down into your internal organs, your digestive system. Just giving all of that a little helping hand here. And when you go to sleep, knowing that your day is over, you've done the best you can in every situation, every task that you have completed, you did the best you could, and the tasks that aren't quite complete, that's okay. And this time that you're giving yourself is really helping you to set up for a great night's sleep. So just leaving any last stresses, tensions behind here. Now this is an inversion that, well, any inversion really, the longer that you're in it, the more benefits you do receive. So you're more than welcome to stay here for as long as what feels good for you. Even up to 20 minutes, it can be really nice to stay in these inversions for a longer period of time. Your feet might go tingly, you might get pins and needles, and that's okay. But when you are ready to exit, if you're on the floor and you're using a wall, you can roll yourself over and then just push yourself back. If your legs are elevated with the strap, you can slowly start to bend the knees, release the strap from the feet. Maybe give the ankles a little roll. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Rock yourself a little bit side to side. And then be climbing into Shavasana from here. So if you're in bed, you could let this Shavasana just transition, slide into sleep. If you're not quite in bed yet, still allow yourself these few moments of just letting the practice digest, letting your body absorb the benefits, letting your entire being absorb the benefits. Just reconnecting, recommitting to the focus of the breath. The feel of the air passing through the nostrils. The wave of expansion, torso. The softening as the breath leaves the body. Sound of the breath, a quiet and gentle whisper. Surrendering control the breath. Simply witness it just as it is. It's perfect. As the breath flows through the body, imagine it moving to each part, the tips of the fingers, the tips of the toes, each hair on your head. The breath reaching each part of the body, giving it nutrients and spaciousness. Each exhale, the breath receding back and leaving in its wake a softness, an ease, sense of peace. And may you have the sweetest of dreams. Namaste.